Come with us as we go on a kid-free vacation. I said it, we're leaving the kids behind because we're celebrating our 10-year anniversary. We are leaving from Syracuse and headed to Barcelona, where we are going to jump on a celebrity cruise ship and get to sample all of the cities along the Mediterranean. Our first flight leaves bright and early. It's 4:45 a.m. and I fully plan on sleeping the entire first leg of our flight. We arrive in JFK, which is about a 50 minute flight from Syracuse. We get there around 7:30 a.m. and our next leg is not until 9 p.m. Eastern, so we ended up doing a day stay pass at the TWA Hotel. This is right within the JFK airport, and I think it's one of the hidden gems, if I do say so for myself. Places where you could take selfies, and it was virtually empty. So we just took pictures and then got something quick to eat at these little stations that they had. And here's what a basic king-size room looks like. The rooms were actually really nice, pleasantly surprised. They were clean, they were spacious, and it was convenient, exactly what we needed. First, we took a power nap, and then we logged on to do a little bit of work before the next leg of our flight. The panini that we had for lunch was mediocre in my opinion, but moving on. We checked out of the room around 4 p.m. to check in for the next leg of the flight. We wanted to make sure that we had something good for dinner, and luckily we were flying JetBlue, and the JetBlue terminal at JFK actually has some really good food options. We found an Asian-themed restaurant that had great chicken fried rice and pad thai. We made our way to the gate. It was a super full flight. Finally got settled in our seats, where I made my husband test my latest Amazon travel find. I've seen these all over TikTok. I wasn't sure if it was actually going to work, but we did not upgrade our seats to first class, so this was the best that I could do to make myself comfortable on a 7.5-hour flight. I also bought this foot hammock, and it worked surprisingly well and kept me pretty comfortable throughout the flight. And I liked that it was adjustable. JetBlue came around and served us dinner on the flight, gave us a few options as we were onboarding. My husband and I got the short ribs with kale salad, and I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it was actually really good. By the time we got to London, it was 9:35 a.m. London time, in the wee hours of the morning Eastern time, so we are absolutely wiped and exhausted at this point. And we still have 2 more legs before we officially arrive in Barcelona. The good news is Swiss Airlines upgraded us to business class on our next 2 legs. So that gave us access to the Swiss Airline lounge at Heathrow, and that gave us access to drinks and food and places to freshen up. But first, coffee, because I need all the caffeine I can possibly get at this point. They had a variety of food options too, so if you're in the Heathrow airport and you have the opportunity to buy a pass to the Sky Lounge, I absolutely recommend it. Oh, and another Amazon find that was a total lifesaver on this trip with these body wipes. This airport lounge did not have showers, and by the time we get on our next leg and actually arrive in Barcelona, it's going to be a full 24 hours since we started our journey, so as you can imagine, we needed a fresh up. They worked amazing, truly a lifesaver. We checked our emails once more before we officially checked out of office for the next 10 days, headed off to get a bite to eat, and then when you're in London, how could you not get fish and chips? So that's exactly what we did. I don't even know why we pretended to look at anything else on the menu because we already knew what we were going to get. And it did not disappoint. It was delicious. Next, we hopped on our second to last leg to get to Barcelona on Swiss Airlines. This is where they upgraded us to business class, where they also fed us. And I mean, check out these views. These clouds, they were like giant marshmallows. There's no other way to describe them. It was amazing. We finally made it to Zurich, where we had 1 more leg to catch before we finally made it to Barcelona. And we experienced some rain delays, but finally made it onto the plane. We are absolutely exhausted. It's been more than 24 hours since we've been up. Harry wants to murder me at this point, and it is almost 11 p.m. Barcelona time. We finally get our luggage. We're headed to the hotel for one night before we jump onto the ship. Come back for part 2.